Hey everybody, it is Stephen Banks here once again from botobanks.com and welcome to this interview. Today I am super excited to have Robert Herdt all the way from Germany, I believe, is live on this call. I can't wait to hear from him. He's been doing some really awesome stuff. So Robert, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, man. Thank you for the introduction. Yes, I am from Hamburg, Germany. I was originally born in Russia, so I'm actually like a Russian guy, and English is actually my third language, right? So I was born in Russia with when I was three, we moved to Germany, and now I'm living in Hamburg. So like since 19 years, I've been living in Hamburg, Germany. And, like probably like a lot of people are asking me like, why is your English that well, right? It's your third language. How do you speak English that well? And it just came because I was in the US for 11 months in 2011. Right. And I went to the high school there, and that's basically how I practice, speaking English with all kinds of people like on a daily basis, which is why, my English is that well, like for a German guy, basically like a German Russian guy. Right. So this is basically where I come from in terms of, like being born and raised and all that. And do you want me to talk about, how I got started into internet marketing as well? Would that be like your next question, or like how do you want it?
Before we get to that, I just want to find out,
Yes.
just so that everybody knows exactly what you're currently doing and where you're coming from. What is your main area of focus in internet marketing? Where did you start? Where are you heading to? Let's have a look
Yeah.
at what you have to say about that.
All right. So like the first thing what I would like to say as well is like what are my motives that got me started into internet marketing, right? Like, because that's personally, that interests me a lot. Why do people start looking into making money online, right? And for me, it was, we have to go back like to 2011, which, something happened on Thanksgiving 2011, which at that time was the absolute worst thing that could have happened to me. But now looking back to that date, it was the best thing that could happen to me. Like, it was like a near-death experience for myself. Like, I was in a car crash, right? And we were driving with my host mom, like not my real mom, but my host mom, like back like in the US, right? We were driving on a highway. And I was watching a movie on my phone, and I like my seat was reclined, like I was laying like back on the side, and I was watching the movie. And all of a sudden, like we were driving the speed limit, I don't know, 60 miles per hour or something like that. And all of a sudden, there was like an intersection, right, where people were driving on the highway. And for whatever reason, I don't know what happened. This other guy who had like a fairly bigger car than we did ignored the stop sign, didn't saw the stop sign, was drunk, on drugs. I don't know what happened, right? But he crashed into us. He crashed like full like into us. Luckily, like it was really like a split of a second that saved my life, because we didn't crash like that. Like, he didn't crash right into my driver's seat, but we crashed like in a T, like corner on corner. Right. And like, if we would have been like a little bit faster, he would have crashed right into me, and probably I wouldn't have survived that. And like 1 second earlier, we would have crashed into him, and probably he wouldn't survive that as well. Right. So we literally like crashed in the T like that. And it just happens all so fast. I can't remember that much, but I just what I can remember is that I smelled smoke, right? I had like huge pain in my abdomen, like everywhere on my body, basically. And I tried to get out of the car, but I wasn't able to get out of the car because it was completely bent. Like the door was completely bent, right? Because he crashed into us, right? And the next thing I remember is like, I don't know how I got out of the car, but the next thing I remember for a split of a second is my host mom holding me in the hand and crying and telling like, everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. Right. At that time, she broke her leg. Right. So like for her, it was like, it kind of like sucks, right? She broke her leg. But for me, I was like literally like, she didn't know what was happening with me because I was unconscious. And the next thing I remember was that I was in an ambulance, and there was just like a split of a second that I remember that. And the next thing I remember was that I was laying on the hospital bed, and they, put me from one bed to the other and had to do like an emergency surgery for me, like on me for like 3 hours. So then on the next day, I woke up like in the hospital bed, and now like just then I realized, what happened. Kind of had like huge pain in my abdomen. Like in the end, had like internal bleedings, like everywhere, a lot of bruises, and like a 3-inch cut in my colon, right? Because of the seatbelt. The seatbelt cut into me, basically, right? And that's basically the moment, like when I woke up. that was like the moment I realized, how fast life can be over, right? Because literally life can be over just like that. Even though if you pay attention, right, if you're careful with your life, there's still, like external circumstances or like, things from the external world that can literally kill you, right, without you even knowing. And then like I realized, man, like I need to do something that is, worth doing, right? I want to create something myself. I want to impact people. Like I don't want to just, spend my time working for somebody else like all my life and do nothing of significance, right? Obviously, I didn't woke up and I was like, all right, I'm going to get into online marketing. I'm going to create an online business. This is not what happened. But I realized that I want to create something for myself that I can, create freedom for myself and for other people, that I can inspire people, with the stories I have, and what I say and what I share, right? So this is basically my goal. So then, after that, occurrence, I was thinking to myself, right, what can I do? What kind of possibilities do I have, right? And then it was like on April 29th, 2016. That was like the day I got started. And I remember that well because like on that day, I bought my very first course. And how I got to that was that I, on Instagram, I saw an ad that said something like, hey, do you want to make $10,000 per month and travel the world? Right. And I saw that and I was like, hell yeah, I want to do that. Right. And then I signed up, for a webinar. Then I got on the webinar and, they were talking about how to make, like how to get Instagram influencers to promote products for you and make like affiliate commissions, right? So I watched the webinar. It was all great, all good, like very great info. I really liked it. And then what I didn't know at the time was that they were usually pitching something, like expensive on the end, right? So I was sitting there and then he started pitching, and the price came. I think the price for that course was like $4.99. And at that time, I still had like this mentality of like, hell no, I'm not going to pay $4.99 for just information, No way I'm going to be doing that, So I said, all right, next, I don't want to do that. I want to spend like $500 on something, I don't know about. So I just pushed it away. What I didn't know at that time was that I obviously was on this marketer's list. I think his name was like Adam Holland. And I was on his list. And just a couple of days or weeks later, he promoted another launch from Onyx and Gall, the Inbox Launchpad Blueprint 2.0, right? So he promoted that. And, I got his freebie, I signed up, and was like, I think it was like the $1 million ebook or something. I don't know what it was called, but I read the ebook by Onyx and Gall, and I was like completely amazed. And then he obviously had, like a workshop, like a webinar series as well. So I signed up to that webinar. And, I got to the webinar like 10 or 20 minutes late, and I was sitting there and I was taking notes, and I was just completely in a whole nother world. Like it was like the first time I really saw the potential of email marketing and affiliate marketing and how to create like your online business like in a couple of minutes, basically, because he has created something, with a software and a course where he literally showed us in like 20 to 30 minutes how he was able to set up like an email marketing funnel with the lead magnet and all the emails and all that. And I was completely blown away. Like I saw the potential at that point. And I was sitting there and was like, all right, tell me how much. I want to get in. And I had to, go and catch the train because I was leaving to go to my girlfriend out there, like to another city. And I was literally like sitting there, like in excitement. I wanted to get started. And then, how they usually do it, they name like a very, very expensive price, like $10,000. And then like, but today, it's going to be $5,000. But no, you're not going to pay $5,000. So, he had like this price stacking and it went down and down and down. And then the final price was like $1,497. And I was like, no, come on. I would have paid $500 for it, right? I was ready to do that. But $1,500? Are you kidding me? So at that moment, I realized, all right, Robert, you have like two opportunities. Like opportunity number one, you're not going to do anything and you're just going to continue and, study. Like I still study business administrations in the university. So like this was option number one, like not invest into yourself, right? Don't pay the $1,500 and just do what you do right now, get a job, and work, maybe for someone else at the beginning. Or opportunity number two, you're going to invest those $1,500, make that huge financial commitment to yourself and tell yourself that you're going to do whatever it takes to get that money back and, just make it happen. So obviously, I chose option number two and invested those $1,500. right? And from that day on, from April 29th, 2016, I have like done so much. Like I've, developed my online business like on a daily basis. I have learned about affiliate marketing, email marketing, YouTube, and, all kinds of, different things. And the great thing was that like literally like 2 weeks after I got started, I made my first commission. And at that point, I still remember that day so well because, I was promoting like a product on ClickBank. I think it was called like the paid social media jobs. And, I had just bought some solo ads, send it to my funnel. And on the back end, I had just the product like as like the next page, right? And so I was going upstairs to my brother, and at that time I was logging into my ClickBank account. So by the time I was in his room, ClickBank loaded, and I saw like my first commission of $24. And I was like, bro, I just made money. I just made money. I was so excited. I was like literally jumping because like at that point I realized, wow, it works. It works. I'm able to make money from the comfort of my home, right? So at that point I was completely hooked. And I knew it worked. So, just from that day on, I just continued to work on my online business on, every single day, basically. And that's how I got started into internet marketing.
Now,
so,
that is a wild ride. Excuse the pun. Going car accident, having that as a breakthrough and realizing then it's all about freedom. You have to decide now what you want to do. Now, I know everybody has those thoughts. Everybody has that moment where they just think, well, there's got to be something out there. There's got to be something better.
Exactly.
Not have to go through a car crash to get to that realization.
Yes. Please don't. Please don't.
Yeah, it's a few things that we can just gather from that alone is one, those seminars, those webinars at the end of whole sequence where they start promoting and they're pitching you their client coaching. One, it's work. It got you sold. You did buy it. Going from 10,000 to 5,000 to 4,000.
Exactly.
Wait, there's more. And then
exactly.
Done. It works. So that is
exactly.
Good. And of course, it just goes to show you if you have a coach and you do take action, 2 weeks later, you're going to have money coming in. And I remember the first few dollars that I've ever made online was the best feeling in the wide world.
For sure.
Close to it. And you have that moment, like you said, you can't, it works. It actually works. And you're going to be a millionaire in the next 2 weeks. And you have all those thoughts, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. For sure. For sure.
So, you've actually answered a bunch of questions. I have a whole...
I'm sorry.
You've answered a lot of them. Let's have a look here. You said you really got started at 2016, am I correct?
Yes, 2016, 29th of April 2016, yes.
And then you got the coaching and you went into ClickBank and you did the whole bridge page into a promoted offer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It wasn't really coaching. It was like more of like a high ticket course where we had like a bunch of modules and I think like over like 87 videos all about email and affiliate marketing, right? And in combination to that, he created like a software which made it super easy to connect like all the dots in terms of creating a squeeze page. Like he had a squeeze page builder in there. He had some pre-written emails in there. He had like, how to easily find ClickBank offers in there. And, just everything was like connected and you were able to do that very, very fast. So this is why, I was able to create, the funnel basically very fast and then just send some solo ads to that. And obviously, I didn't break even, but I still made my first commission from that, which showed me that it is possible, right?
That's all you need is that one little success.
Yes, exactly.
It doesn't really matter what happens after that, as long as what works, then you can tweak it and obviously get exactly what's the best way to go about this. But yeah, you've said it all in this little amount of time. I'm sure everybody's getting a lot of value about this. Now,
I hope so.
What are you currently doing? What are you currently busy with online? What's your main mode of internet marketing income, if we can say?
So like those, there are two parts to that basically, like actually like more than two, because I have like a couple of income streams that I'm currently, working on. So one of that was, I was supporting a lot of affiliate product launches, right? So I was doing like a lot of review videos about those products. I was creating like custom bonus packages and custom bonus pages for that. And then obviously I was, trying to rank those videos on YouTube. And also, I had just like the strategy of, going to Facebook, build up that audience, a targeted audience of people, get engagement with them. And then, just what I call like, do like little pitch posts, right? Do little pitch posts that get a lot of engagement where people want to get more info, about what you are trying to, say basically. Mm-hmm. And then, you message them, like you inbox them and send them to your bonus page where you have your review video on, right? So this was basically the strategy that I have been using, for the past affiliate promotions where, I like at least made like $100 on each affiliate promotions I did with that strategy. And obviously I have also, building my email list as well, mm-hmm. To this day. So this is like one source of income, which I have. Right now, I'm getting more into coaching and mentoring. Like the main focus I have right now is to build that targeted audience on Facebook and provide as much value as I can through Facebook, Facebook Lives, through just Facebook posts, through videos, through all those, possibilities basically, and literally like help as many people as possible right now. Like even if people, come to me and I don't know about them, they still, see me as somewhat of a leader that knows a lot of things, right? And they come to me and are like, hey, Robert, how do I get more engagement on Facebook? And I'm like, hey, let's schedule for a call. Let's get on the call and I'm going to give you a couple of tips, right? So this is...
Now stop right there real quick. I just have to interrupt you. For everybody listening, give us one tip. How do you get more engagement on Facebook?
Be yourself. Like, honestly, like be yourself and, just provide value. Like, for me, value is literally something you have picked up just now, right? For example, like I'm reading this book right now, right? I, marked something up. Yes, I'm Simon Sinek. My girlfriend just gifted this to me. Like, I'm super glad, that she, this was a gift from her just now. So perfect gift, So literally like mark something, like if you mark something in that book, this literally means for you that this is something valuable, right? Mm-hmm. You got something out of it. So this is something you can share to a lot of other people, right? So literally what I do is, like, for example, on Facebook Lives, is that I take something like a piece of information, right, that I got from a book, from a video, from a Facebook post, from someone else. I turn that little piece of information into a compelling headline that is kind of interesting to people, right? People want to know more about that. And then all I do is that I share my knowledge inside of my head, something that I, can connect with that piece of information. Sometimes it's a story. Sometimes I can connect it to another piece of knowledge that I have from somewhere else, right? And honestly, if you're just starting out and you want to get more engagement, for example, if you want to do, Facebook Lives, the one thing I can give you is like, be yourself, like be authentic, right? I think this is a gift that I got, is that I'm able to be authentic and that I can, just speak the truth basically, and don't, put on a mask and try to be someone else. So for example, if you're just starting out and you're super scared of doing Facebook Lives, the very first Facebook Live you should be doing is get on the Facebook Live and tell them like, hey guys, this is my first Facebook Live. I'm super scared right now. I'm super nervous. I hope you understand, but I'm going to try to improve myself, right? And I'm going to be providing a lot of value in the next couple of days. That's going to be like the first Facebook Live you should be doing, because a lot of people are going to notice that you are literally trying, right? You are trying to become a better person. You're trying to give something to people, right? You want to provide value, and people are going to like that. People like authenticity. I think that's how they pronounce that, right?
Authenticity, so, that's it.
Yeah, authenticity. So yeah, like be yourself and just provide genuine value. Try to literally help people without having that back thought of, I'm just gonna monetize those guys, right? Like for me, it's literally like, I want to help as many people as possible. I want to inspire as many people as possible, because that's one of my big 5 for life. Are you familiar with the Big 5 for life?
I have no idea. Real briefly, tell us more about it.
All right. So the Big 5 for life is a concept that comes from a book, which is literally called the Big 5 for life. And those are the big 5, goals or like things you want to have, see, or just, achieve in your life, right? That if you've done those 5 things, you can call yourself or you can call your life successful. This concept basically, came from the Big 5 of Africa, which are like on a safari, on an African safari, there are like 5 big animals that people want to see. And based on how many animals they saw, they were able to say, all right, this safari was super successful, right? And now they, just took this concept into the big 5 for life, which are the big 5 goals you want to have, see, or do, in your life. And one of those for me is to inspire as many people as possible with who I am, what I say, and what I do, right? So this is one of my big goals. So therefore, like, everything I do is like working towards one of those big 5 for lives, right? So therefore, I have like this like desire to really help and inspire people in the back of my head, and not just I'm going to be making money. I'm going to be making money. This is like the second thought I have, right? But the first comes to people.
I think that's a really great point that you've made out there. Instead of focusing, how do you make money? What are people what they want? And if you can give them what they want and deliver value, they are more than happy to turn over their bucks to you. And you
absolutely.
First of all, you make an impact in somebody's life, doesn't matter how big or how small, and you get paid at the end of the day as well. So it's
exactly
in a way.
And exactly. Maybe not today. Sorry if I interrupt you. Maybe you're not going to pay today, right? But in some kind of form or way, you're going to be paid like in a week, in a month, maybe even in a year, right? Maybe not from that one person that you have helped, but other people are going to see that you have helped this one person. They're going to turn to you because they want to do business with you. And it all has like, this butterfly effect. It like literally, like a wing, like, how do you call it? Like a swing, like from a butterfly can have like this huge impact on, other things. And this is how it is, in this case as well.
Now, I know there's a lot of people that's going and thinking, yes, but how do I deliver value? I don't know anything, not an expert in anything. A gentleman by the name of Alex Jeffries, back in the day, I used to follow all of his training, and he always said, you only need to know 1% more than the other person.
Exactly.
And that's all you need to know. It's like you said, you read something great in a book, you take that idea, you talk about it, and hey, you know more than the next person does, and you impart students. So automatically you become an authority.
Exactly.
There is absolutely no excuses for anybody not to come out with any products without any training, or just, like you said, talk on Facebook Live. Just be yourself and just say, hey, this might not be the best video ever, but thank you for watching, and we're going to improve this. And people do love people that's authentic.
Yes.
So, can you remember the first Facebook Live that you did? Can you remember the that you had inside?
So, like, I actually was scared as well of, coming out of my shell, and, just getting myself out there, right? And the first thing I did was, instead of having like my personal Facebook account, I created a second one, like solely like for business purposes, because that way I don't, combine or like mix my friends and family with my business things. And then, the fear of judgment, basically, which I know a lot of people have, of, the fear of judgment, what are going to be like people thinking about me if I going to go live and all that. I had that as well. Like, I was like a very introverted guy in school, to be honest. And the first Facebook Live actually I did was like in a challenge in a Facebook group, actually, where a lot of people got together, that had this fear of getting onto video, getting on a Facebook Live. And so it was like a 5-day challenge. It started just, with a 1-minute video, introducing yourself, who you are, what you do, where you come from, and all that. The second video was basically, what was it? Tell about your hobbies. What do you do, right? So that was like a 4-minute video or so. Then the third video was like, pitch something, sell something on a video. And then the fourth was the fourth challenge was go live in this Facebook group, right? So literally it was like, all right, this like next up is going to be Robert. He's going to go live. And then, everybody went live for like 10 to 20 minutes, just talked about something, answered a couple of questions. And that was also my breakthrough of doing a Facebook Live, I think. It was my very first time. So literally, I had like a 20-minute Facebook Live where I just shared a couple of things that I do. And a lot of people have been, just asking me a lot of questions, and I have simply answered them. And that was like the first time I went on a Facebook Live. It was inside of the Facebook group. So it was like kind of like a closed circle where a lot of great people have been into. And this is something I can highly recommend, getting inside of that kind of group. And actually, by the way, my Facebook group, Tribe of Freedom, there's going to be a challenge as well, of doing videos and doing a Facebook Live. So this is going to be like an upcoming thing as well. So this is something that has helped me a lot coming, out of my shell and, doing those Facebook Lives. And then a couple of days after that, I think the fifth challenge was to do a Facebook Live on your personal wall, with everybody. And to be honest, I can't tell you what I talked about on that very Facebook Live I had on my wall, but I remember that one of the first was where I talked about my habit tracker, which is, something that I do since June 2017 that has helped me immensely with, being more consistent and doing more things on a consistent basis. And this is definitely a great concept that I'm using as well, which I have talked about on the Facebook Live. So I think this is one of the first that I have shared.
Perfect. And I think that's a good challenge for all of us to take, that 5-day Facebook Live challenge. I mean, Facebook Live is really big out there. And it basically builds a free audience. The longer you're on, people just start joining. So I think that's a really good way to have traffic, to get experience, to get in front of the cameras. You don't need to talk about, like you said. And I think everybody needs to do this 5-day Facebook Live challenge. You have my word. I'm going to get on this straight away as well. I'll be honest,
awesome.
My English is not the greatest. Of course, English is my second language.
Okay.
South Africa, Afrikaans. It's your third language. So nobody really...
Exactly. No excuses.
All right. Exactly. Now I have to just bring it back real quick. Are you full-time or part-time online? What is your right now?
I'm full-time right now. Like I had like a 6-month internship and between April and September 2017. So like I was working full-time for an e-commerce company actually for my university, right? And then after the 6-month internship, I had the possibility to continue working there as a freelancer, right? So it was literally, all right, Robert, you can work here and you would be paid quite well, right? For like an hourly wage. And, we talked about that I would be working there part-time, and then part-time I could focus on my online business or like on my bachelor thesis, which I still have to write. And then I thought about that and I was like, right, like if I'm going to continue working part-time there for the company and then going to be working or doing part-time my bachelor thesis, I won't be having a lot of time for my online business. And I really wanted to focus on my own projects and, just continue doing what I do and just evolve my online business and go to the next level. So I talked to them and I told them like, hey, thank you for the offer, but I'm going to decline, right? I'm going to be focusing on my own online business and my own projects. And at that time, it wasn't like I was, making like a full-time income basically with my online business. Like I literally jumped into the cold water where I said, all right, I don't have a job right now, but I'm going to do whatever possible, like whatever, it takes to make it happen. So since October 2017, I'm basically a full-time online marketer, but on that note, I still have a couple of freelance jobs that I do here and there just to get, a little bit more liquid. Like as sometimes, sometimes I do just those jobs just to make, some extra bucks here and there. So yeah, but I'm still, part-time, like full-time. So I enjoy the freedom of like a full-time internet marketer.
Great. Now, I don't think everybody needs to take that jump completely about that. What's that old Viking saying where they would get to a country, they would then set lights and they nowhere else to it.
Exactly.
So they had to do it. And I think that's really good to have that sort of pressure on you.
Yes.
I'm part of a lot of mastermind groups online, and I'm also looking and forming a new one with a few special guests as well. And this is the accountability, just to keep that pressure on.
Yes, for sure.
Just making that big decision, saying, hey, I appreciate the offer, but I'm going to focus this on mine. Surely must have put your butts in gear and you had nowhere else.
Oh, yeah.
Going.
For sure. That's right.
Now, I'm blown away with the amount of things that you've done in such a amount of time. Everything from affiliate marketing to you're doing social media things.
Yes.
It just seems that it never ends.
Yes.
So asking for everybody listening right now, if you haven't made a single dime online, in your opinion, the not necessarily the fastest, but the easiest way to get started.
Mm-hmm.
Get that first success, because we all know that first success is what really is going to keep
Yes.
us track.
Yes, I think like the simplest way, like for a newbie that is getting started, completely from scratch, has no idea, no idea about email marketing, affiliate marketing, and all that, because now even though I have done all those things, in the past 2 years, this was also the reason that I'm not as successful as I could be, because I spread myself too thin, to all those different projects, right? I went into e-commerce, affiliate marketing, YouTube, and this, and this, and this, and created a blog and do that, right? This is something that you shouldn't be doing. Focus on one thing or like on two things. Don't spread yourself too thin. Focus on one thing. There was actually like a very great proverb, like a coach of mine said, and it goes like, the fox chasing two rabbits always comes home hungry. Right? So if you are a fox and you are chasing two rabbits, here and there, you will catch neither, right? And therefore, focus on just one rabbit, go, catch it and make it happen. So with that said, what I would do, like if I would need to start over, and I would need to find something that is very simple, right? And that is fairly fast, right? Fast is always, in terms of, how much like work do you want to put in? Like someone that is going to be working like for 15 hours per day for like a week straight can definitely achieve more than someone working just 2 hours per day. But what I would do is either create a completely new Facebook account or use the one you already have. So like if you don't have a problem with mixing up friends and family with your business, then stay with your own Facebook account. Otherwise, I would create a completely new one. Mm-hmm. Then add targeted people from groups that are known buyers. Like I'm not talking about those make money online groups on Facebook where like there are 60,000 people and literally everyone is spamming those groups. Those are not the kind of people you want to have as an audience, right? Because those are freebie seekers. They won't get you, a lot of long-term business. Mm-hmm. So you want to get people that are known buyers. So how do you find those? There are a lot of mastermind groups, people that have launched a product usually have like a mastermind, group where only the buyers are inside, right? Or go to groups like the Super Affiliate Network or Legendary Marketer. Even though those are closed Facebook groups, you can still see who are the members. And because that only people that have paid something are inside of those groups, that those people are interested in to make money online, and that they have already spent some money. And if you are just starting out, here's a tip, this is just true. A buyer is just like 20 times more valuable than a freebie seeker, either on an email marketing list or just in your friends, like in your Facebook friends list, right? It's still the same. Because they have proven that they are spending money, right, to learn how to make money online, right? So this is the target audience you want to have. So you're going to add those people from all kinds of different groups, and if you have the chance, and go into that group and get the active people, right? This is the thing. Like you want to have the active people that are either doing posts, liking posts, or commenting on posts. Those are the people you want to have. What you could also do is go to people like Russell Brunson, right, who are big in this industry in terms of marketing. Go to his site and then just friend people that have liked his posts or commented on his post. Those are active people that are interested into marketing. So this is your target audience. So once you have built up that audience, it can be just 100 friends, it can be 500. Obviously, the more the better, right? Give value. Like if you have read some books, if you have learned a new strategy, share it with people, right? Don't have the mentality of I need to hold back all my secrets because I need to make money with those secrets, right? This is something I have had for like a lot of time where I was literally like, no, I don't want to share this because this is too valuable, right? I want to create a product out of it, right? And then this idea will never become a product basically because there are so many things going on and you end up not sharing this valuable thing, which could have been very valuable to a lot of people. So share whatever you got. Obviously, if you really want to create a product out of it, don't share it for free, create the product, right? But just share value, right? Share value, create that engagement on Facebook where people see, all right, this guy has something to say. this guy is someone that I want to follow, right? And once people start, engaging with your posts, right, and you have built up that audience, what you will then do and is that, once maybe like there's a new product launch coming out, or maybe there's an affiliate product that already, came out quite a while ago on, for example, Warrior Plus, right? Warrior Plus is the affiliate network that I'm using mainly, or like jbzoo.com as well. So what you can do then is to apply to become an affiliate for one of those products. And, the easiest thing you could literally do is to just take the headline of the sales page of the affiliate product, right? And let's say, the headline is, this was a recent one where it was something like a data 5 rakes in like $273 per day in just 50 minutes per work per day or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. So like you could take that headline and you could simply say like, discover how this data 5 was able to rake in $273 in like 24 hours within 50 minutes of work per day. Comment info for more, right? Very simple. This is like the pitching post, right? Very simple. And people got to be interested. You need to try to come up with this curiosity and benefit-driven headline, because this is literally something that drives people crazy. They want to know, what is it about? Because it creates curiosity, right? How is a data 5 able to make that kind of money in just 50 minutes per day, right? And then obviously it is benefit driven as well. Like everybody wants to make like $273,000, not thousand, but $273. That would be awesome,
I'm
right?
more than happy to think of that.
I'm down to that, right? I would be doing that for sure. So it's curiosity and benefit driven. And this is a very good combination when it comes to creating engagement, right? And literally people are going to start commenting info under this post. And then what you're simply going to do is comment, like their comment, and comment under their comment and tell them like, hey, messaging you in a bit, right? And then you're going to message them. And ideally, you have created like a review video for the affiliate product. And if you are really badass, you create like a custom bonus package for that product. But if you're just starting out, I know that this is something, not a lot of people want to do. They don't want to get on video. They don't know how to create that bonus package, So therefore, you can, send them straight to the affiliate offer. Simply give them the affiliate link. What I would do, just a small tip, so you get like the highest conversions possible, is just to have like a warm-up page where you're going to say like, you are about to discover how this data 5 was able to make this and this and this. Maybe have a screenshot to get more excitement, and then just simply have a button, to go to that sales page, right? Because this is going to repel a lot of people that are not really interested, that are just clicking out of curiosity. Therefore, you're going to get, like higher conversions. The vendors are going to be liking you even more, and you can, get started like with the right way of, warming up that traffic and getting the highest conversions possible. So basically, you're going to send them like a personal message. You're going to say like, hey, thank you for commenting on my post. Here's more info about it, right? Let me know what you think, right? So you're going to simply message them, and then you're going to comment under your comment, which you have commented on their comment, basically. And you're going to say, I just messaged you. Please check your messages, right? What this is going to do is that it's going to show on the Facebook post that, like, if you comment twice on their comments, right, it's simply going to say, like, this post has, like, 80 comments. And this is something that people are interested in. Like, if they think, it creates this effect that a lot of people follow this, a lot of people want to know about that. So this must be something awesome, right? I want to know what it is about as well, right? This is, it creates this kind of effect. So then you simply send them to the affiliate offer, right? And sometimes you get a sale out of that. Then the important thing is, after a day or two, follow up. This is literally, a thing that a lot of people miss and don't do, which still, they leave a lot of money on the table. Because from the first time people see this offer, like, for once, like, not everybody's going to click on the link, because, a lot of people just are curious. They say info and then they don't do anything about it. They forget about it and that's it. And second is that they might click on the link, they might check it out, but maybe they didn't have the time, to really, go for it, right? So you're going to follow up with them, and you're just going to ask them, like, hey, have you had the chance to check out the link I have sent you? Very simple question. A lot of people are going to say, no, I was too busy, but I'm going to do that today. a lot of people are going to say, yeah, I've checked it out. Can you tell me more about that? Right? And this is how you create the relationship, and people are going to be appreciating that you are following up. Because literally, like, a lot of people have told me, like, oh, thank you, I have forgotten about that. I really appreciate you taking the time to follow up with me. People are going to appreciate that, and you're going to increase the chances of making a sale so much, right? So this is literally like the strategy I would give someone that is just starting out and that wants to do it super simple. So literally create a targeted audience on Facebook, right? Provide value, make a pitching post, send them, inbox them and follow up, right? And this is the fastest way, in my opinion, and the simplest way to make an affiliate commission. And it's it's completely free, right? You don't need to create a lot of things. Yeah, and it's completely free. Yeah. So
essentially what you have just done for all of us is laid out a complete method from start to finish, how to get buyers on your list absolutely free of charge, how to use social media in the proper way. And I love the fact with the comments underneath, replying to people's comments and then following up.
Yes.
And having commented the whole time, every time somebody comments, it just pushes that post up again.
Exactly.
And more people sees that post. And a lot of big names out there aren't doing those posts where it's to make XYZ comment, me too, or whatever.
Exactly.
And then people keep. So we all know that this works. And from watching the video, myself included, thank you so much for throwing all of that information at us. It's so valuable. I think this has been by far one of the most valuable interviews I've done to.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Now, before we get to your Facebook group and personal coaching, I have one last thing. I do this with everybody. It is called the round. This is 5 questions. Answered as fast as possible.
All right.
To give the honest answer. It's nothing. It's just so that we see what's hot right now. So, are you Robert Herdt?
Yes.
All right. Favorite internet market currently? Who and why?
Ari Rothland. Ari Rothland is someone that has no one heard about probably listening to this, because he is one of my coaches right now, like the guy that I have purchased products from that literally gave me back a good ROI. So he's a master in marketing, and each time he emails me, I'm completely sold. So this is one guy that, if you can get in touch with him or buy one of his products, because he always does like internal launches. So if you're not on his list, right, and I don't even know how you can get on his list, right? But if you're on his list, you want to buy all of his products, I'm telling you.
And what's his name again? Just say that nice and simple.
Ari Rothland. So it's A-R-Y, Rothland. R-O-T-H-L-A-N-D. Ari Rothland.
Perfect. Next up, best course you ever took and why? What's the #1 course you ever took?
Ooh, that's a good one. So obviously the course that got me into internet marketing was the one that, provided me with the most value, but was obviously the most expensive course. If I had to choose a course that was rather inexpensive and in terms of quality the best, I would probably say Evolution by J.K. Dowdle. Like, this was one of the courses where I literally said, all right, this is one of the best courses for the money that I have purchased.
Perfect. The most important thing you do in your business currently, what's the one thing that you do that makes the biggest change in your business?
Providing value.
Facebook Live and value.
Providing value. It's like creating, building your network, like creating relationships with people.
Perfect. The next question I don't even have to ask, did you have a coach? You do have a coach.
Yes.
Get yourself a coach. I know they're quite expensive, but do what Robert did. Just get it done. And what is the most amount of money spent on training on one shot?
In one shot, $1,497. I think this was the course. Then I have spent so much money, but then it was like $1,500 on a one-on-one coaching. But I paid that, in the freeway payment, like each month, $500. And then the next thing was $1,349. So the most expensive and one shot was literally the $1,497 at the very beginning, like my very first course.
Normally people start with a, I don't know,
Nope.
$1 WSO or $7 product. You
Exactly.
just go for the biggest one.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
like the way you think. Uh, a thing that happens a lot, and people don't really think about it, is when you jump into internet marketing, you are making a decision for yourself that you want to improve your life. You are looking for something more. And with that comes personal development. Now, I know that you are big into personal development. I believe you
Yes.
have a Facebook group. You've mentioned it before. Real quick,
Yes.
just tell us more about it. What's it about?
Yes.
How do people get there?
Exactly. So you can see it actually right here at the top. This is my cover picture of, the personal development Facebook group, the Tribe of Freedom. I have actually just created it. By the time you're watching this interview, it's going to be, completely evolved, and a lot of people are going to be in it. So inside of that personal development group, I'm going to be sharing a lot of personal development insights that I have got from a lot of books that I have read, from videos that I have watched, from all kinds of things that I have experienced in the last 2 years. Not only like personal life stories and life lessons that I got from somewhere, but also like tips on how to improve your productivity, how to work more efficiently. What are some marketing strategies that are very great? How to build your email list, how to make money online, all kinds of different things. We're going to be having a lot of challenges inside of there, Facebook Live challenges, video challenges and all that. So it's going to be like a very, very interactive group. So I want to literally, I'm going to be kicking out a lot of people if they are not interacting with my posts and with what I do inside of there, because I don't want it to be like another group where a lot of people are going to be, joining. It's going to be 1,000 people, but in the end, like only 10 people, engage with the group content. I don't want it to be that kind of group. So it's going to be like a very, very interactive group. And how can people join? Obviously, search up Tribe of Freedom on Facebook. Look for that kind of cover. You're going to be seeing it. Simply apply to join, and then you're probably going to be asked a couple of questions. And if you qualify, you're going to be a member of the Tribe of Freedom. So this is how you can join.
Perfect. I'll put a link to the Facebook group once
Yes.
sorted. And then I believe there's some personal coaching and mentoring table as well.
Absolutely. If you enjoyed the interview and the content and the value I'm providing, right, or the style that I have, because in my opinion, if you're looking for a coach or a mentor, what I think is very important as well is that you really like the other person and you like the style of how they basically interact with others, how they do the things they do, right? And if you like that and you want to know more about me or what I do or how you can get in touch with me or work with me personally, right, you can go to myfreedom.info. Myfreedom.info. It's literally like myfreedom.info. That's it. Just go there and you're going to, get to know more about me or get in touch with me and how you can work with me personally, so we can literally create the lifestyle that you really want to have and create more freedom in your life, not only financially, but also, emotionally, socially, spiritually, and, just more freedom in life. This is what I'm all about. And this is what I want to give out to the world, more freedom.
And I am sure your personal coaching and mentoring, doesn't matter what you're going to charge for it. It's going to be well worth it, just by the information that you just gave away. Information. I mean, you watch one interview and you can walk away with a complete marketing system from one interview. So
exactly,
at this guy in your corner as a coach, I mean, I can't even explain. Now,
thank you.
Lastly, before we finish the chat, one thing that you want people to know, any advice, anything, last quick bit, let's hear it.
Yes.
Last quick bit of information.
Very something that I have experienced in the last couple of days, where I think a lot of people don't realize how they are self-sabotaging themselves and how they are self-sabotaging their success, is stop overcomplicating and overanalyzing a lot of things. Don't try to make it perfect, right? I know for a fact that a lot of people tend to have all the information they need in order to do something, right? They think, right, I need to know what my blog is going to be looking like. I need to have 30 days of content before I can even start it. I need to know what color it's going to be, right? And don't overcomplicate all this. Don't overanalyze, right? Don't spend an hour of your time thinking about the font for a thumbnail, right? Because in the end, this is not really important. It's important that you get started with what you have right now, with what you know right now. And then just step by step, right? You're going to improve. And even though you might fail at the beginning, this is completely all right, right? Don't be afraid of failure, right? Don't have this fear of failing, because this is just part of the journey, and you're going to be failing a lot. So get prepared to that, and just don't overcomplicate it, and just take action. Get started with it straight away. And this is the last piece of advice that I can give to people, because I know for a fact that this is something that is holding a lot of people back, because they want to know everything before they can get started, and in the end they don't start at all, and that's just sad to see.
Definitely. Imperfect action always beats
Yes.
no action at all.
Exactly.
Even if you have an ugly blog, it beats not having
Yes.
it all. So,
Exactly.
perfect. Now, Robert Herdt, thank you so much for being on the call. I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate the value and information that you imparted to all of us. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Everybody watching this video, thank you so much for being on this call as well. I really appreciate it. If you want to hear more about Robert Herdt, I'll put some links up as well. Again, this is Stephen Banks from Boat to Banks. I hope you enjoyed this. Visit our website, visit Rob. All the best. Till next time, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.